Look at this beauty. It's like the Rolls-Royce of espresso machines.
Yep, and costs almost as much as a small car.
Some business purchases are more than just everyday expenses, they're investments in your future. In accounting, we call them fixed assets. A fixed asset is something your business buys to use over the long term, usually more than a year. Think of things like coffee machines, ovens, delivery vans, or laptops. They're part of the business's backbone.
So, we just record this as a cost for this month?
Not quite. I remember from Alex, we don't expense it all at once.
That's right. Unlike regular expenses, fixed assets are recorded on the balance sheet. The cost stays there, and each year, we expense just a portion of it. That's called depreciation. Depreciation spreads the cost of a fixed asset over its useful life, the number of years you expect it to serve your business. It matches the expense to the revenue it helps generate.
So instead of an €8,000 hit in year 1, we record €1,600 a year for 5 years?
Makes sense, smoother on the profit and loss statement.
Exactly. Here's how it works. Ava and Sam bought the espresso machine for €8,000. The expected useful life is 5 years. That means each year, we take €8,000, divide it by 5, and get €1,600. That €1,600 is the annual depreciation expense. In year 1, the espresso machine still appears on the balance sheet at €8,000, but by the end of the year, we reduce its value by €1,600, leaving €6,400. The same process repeats each year until, at the end of year 5, the value is 0, meaning the machine is fully depreciated. Depreciating the same amount each year, like €1,600 in this example, is called the straight-line method. On the balance sheet, the asset's value drops a little each year. On the profit and loss statement, that drop shows up as depreciation expense. It's a way to reflect wear and tear, in accounting terms. Straight line isn't the only way to depreciate an asset. Another common method is the declining balance method, where you expense more in the early years, and less later on.
So the espresso machine loses value faster at the start?
Exactly. Let's use the same €8,000 espresso machine. Under a 40% declining balance rate, the first year's depreciation is 40% of €8,000, that's €3,200. In year 2, you calculate depreciation on the remaining €4,800 book value, not the original cost. That's €1,920.
So we still end up fully depreciating it, but the expense is front-loaded?
Right. This method is often used for assets that wear out or become outdated quickly, like tech equipment. For Ava and Sam's coffee shop, it means bigger expenses early on, but smaller ones later. Here's the difference in action. Straight line spreads the €8,000 cost evenly at €1,600 each year. Declining balance hits harder at the start, €3,200 in year 1, then smaller amounts as the asset's book value drops. Either way, by the end, the espresso machine's cost is fully expensed. The method you choose should usually follow your local accounting standards, so always check the rules in your country. And once you've chosen a method, you stick with it going forward.
So, even though we're spending big now, we spread the cost over time?
Yep. 1 cup of coffee at a time, this machine will pay for itself.
And that's the beauty of understanding fixed assets. They're not just expenses, they're tools to build your business. With the big equipment sorted, it's time to think about the smaller things, the things they'll sell every day. Coffee beans, milk, pastries. This is where inventory comes in.